What's going on, y'all? Today we're going to be putting a cold air intake on this 2021 GLI. Seems fairly simple. Just disconnected this, whatever it's called, PCB valve or air pump hose to here. You just squeeze on these two tabs and it lifts off. You got to take this air hose off that's coming to it. That might be a little bit of a pain in the butt. Okay, take that off. And then it said that there's a 7mm hex nut back here, or a flathead if you can squeeze it in. Seems like that's gonna be a little too tough. Yeah, a little tight, buddy. Have a little wrench on it. I got a little 7mm socket on there. Just get it loose. Just a little bit. Should be able to just pop that off there like that. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is take these little screw bolts off so we can just lift this plastic piece so we can just pull the intake off the stock box. We should be able to just lift this sucker out of here. That's it. Stock air box out. Alright, so once you get this heat shield in, position it this way. It literally just pops onto these grommets on the three here. They want you to have this hose positioned here to the right of the first two grommets. Not sure why, but we'll figure that out later. This is the turbo inlet pipe that you connect the intake to. The smaller side goes to the turbo. Put the 44 clamp on it. There's a 44 clamp and a 48 clamp. Just position that how it's going to be most convenient for you to install it. And they have the pipe kind of curving out away, so make sure you get that on there right, and then you can tighten this down if it's in a convenient spot. Just want to make sure it's on the bottom there. Go ahead. Alright, so this one we're going to use, I believe it's a 7 again. No, it is not. It is an 8. That comes with it is an 8. Tighten that down. Alright, let's take a T30 Torx bit. We're going to loosen this top bolt up here. We'll screw this little rubber guy that they provided us with into that hole. It's just going to be a piece that allows us to hold down the intake tight. So just hand thread that in there. Alright, then you're going to come over here. The clamp on the intake first, it came connected. And you're going to screw it onto the end of this. You don't want to tighten it all the way, just loosely. that. Take the flathead. Screw this guy in some. By the way, guys, I'm not a mechanic, so this just shows you anybody can do this. I had no idea what I was doing. Thankfully, they gave some instructions. I know how to grasp basic tools, but I don't work on VWs. It's gonna sound sick though. Yeah, it's on there for the most part. Still got a little bit of wiggle room. You can see this a little bit, so we can bring that over the top of the intake pipe. We'll get that screw in there. So you're going to take the other screw they provided, and we installed this rubber grommet right here. We're going to put this blue part of the intake, line it up there, and then we're going to thread that screw in there. Tighten that sucker down. Looks like a 10 or 11. 11. Oh, that's 10. It is 10mm bolt that we're going to screw in there. Grab this guy. Nice. Make sure this line isn't caught between the screw and the intake. Tighten it down. And you don't have to tighten it super tight, but make sure the screw's on first, so then you can adjust your silicone and your clamps. So now that that's all set, everything else is good to be adjusted, and we can set it in place the way we want it. Bring this hose clamp up here, that. Make sure it's alright. So once you have your intake screwed in down here, that's the most solid point. Then you can mess around with these clamps a little more, get them placed where you want them, and then get them tightened down. You don't need to over tighten these, but you want them tight enough so they don't pop off under boost. So that's nice tight on there. We can reconnect this so we moved out of our way. Make sure that's clipped on there. Okay. This vent line that we unscrewed from the airbox originally, I believe is supposed to screw onto here, like so. Push that all the way up so that that stays on there. So, and then let's make sure intake is tight on there. In the heat shield to where we want it. We can bring it all the way down, set it up, just some seconds there, and tighten down, and we'll bring it down a little bit. See how much room we have to work with the intake. It's still hard, so bring it here, keep it away from the motor as much as we can. 8mm for the intake clamp, comes with the new speed intake. Tighten this down. Don't need to overkill it. Just tight's good. Alright, so we have everything with the intake finalized. We hooked the little small hose underneath here. Screw your bolt in right here. It's a 10mm. All the clamps that come with the intake are 8mm. You've got 3 of them total. Just do everything loose until you have it situated, and then you can tighten it down. We managed to utilize this little plastic piece from the stock intake that draws air in, so that's nice. We just have this last little cover to screw on, and once that's done, you're pretty much finished. In regards to this hose, they sell a filter to come with it. I'm not sure if we have to cap it off yet. If anybody knows, please comment below, and we'll figure that out. Otherwise, for now, we'll see how she goes. Again, we're not mechanics. It's something anybody can do, and hopefully it sounds real sweet. We'll give you guys a comparison from before and after. Alright, so we got a couple revs of the motor with the stock airbox. Still sounded good. We're going to do a couple revs, see how the intake sounds, and then we'll do a couple flybys. Hopefully we get a good blow-off sound. Here's a little bit of in-car sounds, a little bit of spaceship.